I guess we can skip that whole part. Oh, and we have someone watching. It's probably Andrea making sure we don't fuck up the show without supervision.
Right, exactly.
Too late. Oh my gosh. Hey. Welcome to the Climbing Out podcast. I am your host, Ericka Austin Buck, and that's my beautiful co-host, Tina DeVoe. And we've missed you. If you were here last week, you experienced a replay. We rebroadcasted one of our previous shows because we were here, there, and everywhere last Sunday. And thank you guys for always tuning in. So this is the Climbing Out podcast where Tina and I talk about date them all, sis, because we are single ladies using this approach to dating, and this approach is dating them all. And I think we need to talk about that because I've been getting some weird DMs. Date them all doesn't mean date any old body. So we'll talk about that. We are here each and every Sunday night at 8:30. So thank you for being here. If you're watching live on my Facebook page, I can't see that. Our producer, who's normally backstage making all of the magic happen, is stuck on 95 right now. There's apparently a car on fire, and she left all of the production in our hands. And y'all gonna get what y'all get.
That was the wrong thing to do. It's the weekend too.
Oh, wait a minute! It's a weekend where I woke up today thinking it was Saturday. That's how my weekend has been. Like.
Right. Well, that's good. That means you had a good weekend.
And I was like, yeah, we'll talk about that. Yes, an error here. Wait a moment, try again. What happened? Heads up, Facebook requires you to go live before 8:39. Oh, I take it people weren't on my Facebook page. See? Okay, again, the people that are watching are watching. Okay, now we are live on Facebook, I think. If you're watching through Facebook,
let me go. I can look on my phone.
Oh, yeah, I can too. Guys, I'm sorry. We're not the tech folks. We actually have a wonderful, beautiful producer.
Oh, yeah, we're live.
Harrison. We're live. Who normally handles all of this stuff for us. We just, sit backstage. She hits a button and then we just start talking. So today we had to try to figure out how to run the intro. I had to bring Tina on. We were both backstage, grayed out. Okay, here we are. Welcome back. So you guys haven't seen us live in a couple of weeks. So we weren't here last week. And we did a rebroadcast, but we were out in these streets. At least I was. Tina, did you have dates over the past 2 weeks?
I did. And how about, don't forget I had a birthday. I turned
4. May 19th came and you did you go to South Beach? Did you go to Miami? Where'd you go?
I did. I went to Miami.
Okay, I was trying to get on a flight. I didn't ever get the information because I was
it was a little work and a little play, and work had a lot going on.
I thought maybe I booed up and I was going to be a third wheel. I was like, okay.
Well, let's talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I had a little booed up, situation, right? It was a no-show for the event.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let me tell you this. Remember I told you I've been ghosted before. I've had plans with guys and they just don't show up. You pick me up in the air.
So funny. Okay, that can actually be a part of our topic because someone recently this week, a woman talked about being ghosted. And so, yeah, okay, let's talk about that. And if you haven't been ghosted.
It wasn't a total stranger, but it was the first time that we were meeting in person. We have known each other through text, FaceTime, Instagram for probably a better of 5-6 years. It's been a minute. So now I'm finally going to be in your city. You're going to come, picks me up from the airport. We get breakfast. First time I
was here, and Darwin Kelly is here. Good evening. I'm now just seeing the comments, and Andrea's in the comments, and she says she's almost home, so she'll be here. Okay, so go on. So you've known him for
yes, for a few years. So it wasn't, like no weird thing. Picked me up from the airport, went to breakfast. Great conversation. Nothing felt any different. It was just like we had always, met. And he knew about the event ahead of time. I didn't spring it on him. He was planning to come. That was, the plan.
So the event is in Miami?
It's in Miami where he lives.
He lives in Miami.
He lives in Miami. So it was really convenient because he's there. I remember him making a comment when he pulled up to the hotel to drop me off, like, "Oh wow, like this is major." And I'm thinking, well, I ain't paying for it. This is work.
Right.
So it wasn't anything. I don't know if he got overwhelmed at what maybe he wasn't going to fit in, but finally later that night we talked like around 10:30, and I'm like, "So what happened? You just didn't come?"
Oh,
And
so
he's
you
like,
did talk,
"Well,
so that's not, he didn't ghost you. But you talked,
well,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
okay, so let's just say it was a no-show, yeah." And so he was like, I had to get my clothes, and I'm like, no, 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 like, stop it, like, we'd already talked about that, like, don't talk to me like that, because that's gonna piss me off. Like, what happened? That's all. That's the best he gave me was had to go home and get. I'm like, you always knew you were gonna have to go home and get. Like, that was not new. That didn't spring up on you.
Right.
And so yeah, like a huge turnoff.
Okay,
So
so I had to go home and get clothes. I got home, I didn't have clothes. What?
no, I didn't get that. I got home, didn't have clothes. I got stuck in traffic. I didn't get, there was an accident. I tried to make it back. What was even more mind blowing was that you never touched to say you weren't coming.
Right.
You could have shot
Okay.
anything.
So then my thing is, so you entertained the phone call later that night. Did you talk to him after that?
That was when I talked.
I mean, after, have you since talked to him?
Oh
Like,
no!
oh, thank you. That's what.
No, there's nothing to talk about. Like, what are we talking about?
So years.
He sends me this text the next morning, like, so sorry about yesterday. I enjoyed every minute with you. Call me when you wake up. Well, I don't. What am I calling you when I wake up for? I don't need to call you when I wake up, and I didn't.
See this?
So I don't. It's weird.
Why are people such weirdos?
No, and it's like you could just say no. You could text.
I know. People listening, men listening, people listening. Like, say no.
So the only thing that I can think of is like,
I don't want to do it.
Where you felt like you weren't going to fit it. I had even
what
said,
kind of event was it?
It was my Miami rooftop event.
Oh, the Miami rooftop. Okay.
Yeah, of course, we have celebrities there. Trick Daddy's there. Trina's there. Reezy Renegade is there. Ball Greasy's. It's like it's just a rooftop. It's not like a.
Right. And okay, so is he super corporate?
No.
Athletic. I would think like somebody corporate and Trick Daddy and Trina, maybe. No.
Athletic, a personal trainer, like a personal
trainer.
trainer.
The personal trainer.
Celebrity. Yes. Yeah. No. You think about the other personal trainer.
Oh, so you got things for personal trainers now? Oh,
I don't have
people that are personal trainers.
They just keep popping up, and I'm like, yeah, now I'm good. And I never want them to train me because I'm like, right. Leave me over here in my own little world. But I don't get it, and I never take anything personal. I'm like,
no. That's nothing, ladies. It ain't personal. Next. And one of the reasons you date them all is next. Like you're gonna learn like people's weirdo shit. You're gonna, again, we talk about boundaries and non-negotiables. Like dating is trading ground. Like, okay, this don't work. So what happens is, suppose you had put all your eggs in this basket because y'all have talked on the phone and y'all in FaceTime and you'd have planned your wedding, ladies. Right. Because you had a few conversations, somebody made you laugh, maybe you had sexual conversations, talked about a whole bunch of stuff. But because of you, Tina, and not having expectations and understanding a date is with a stranger, it is your first meeting with a stranger, even if you've been communicating virtually. First face-to-face. You don't know somebody until after face-to-face.
So for me, the red flag. I'm the red flag girl.
Red flag master.
You got 20 seconds to convince me that the red flag ain't red and waving. Like, and so it was like the lack of communication was just like, okay, yeah, I'm good. Because that's who you are. I don't have.
You are.
Have you gotten sick? Something happened to your, one of your kids.
And then not to even have a valid explanation, or not even think that you deserved it. Like,
I'm not even deserving of a lie.
Right. Lie to me.
This man said, you know what, the hell with you. I just ain't come and get over it. That's
And
that's
you never
exactly how I
talk to you the
received
next
it.
day. Call me when you wake.
For
Hey,
what?
girl,
What,
for
what,
what?
what am I calling for?
Now,
Oh,
and suppose that you were somebody, oh, my friend is coming. Again, ladies,
no,
because
no, no. That was my first embarrassment for work. I've never
oh,
taken anybody to work ever,
and they were
ever.
expecting someone.
Well, they met him when he dropped, took me to the
Dropped you
hotel.
at the hotel.
Went outside, I'm introduced him. We sat outside maybe 45 minutes to an hour, just chilling. So they seen him. And of course, because I don't take anybody to work, everybody's like, oh, okay. Tina done brought her little man in or whatever. So of course, when I show up at the event, they're like, okay,
Okay, Tina, right.
we're a little booth thing. And I'm like, I don't know. If you hear from him, let me know. That's all I got for you. I mean, I have zero answers, and I don't know. I didn't need to lie for you because there's nothing to lie for you about. Like there was no reason for me to lie. So
Nope.
it is what it is. No love lost, but
Next.
because to me, that's not even a good friend. I don't even have friends like that, let
No,
alone be dating somebody like that. My friends would communicate if something,
absolutely.
So yeah, that was that. So the other personal trainer, he was a no-show at dinner, claimed he forgot. We got the time mixed up. I said 7:30. I was going to yoga. He thought I said I got out at 7:30. But what I did was
This is valid. No.
right, that was I gave that. I was like, oh, okay. But then I decided that I'm no longer gonna ask. Like normally we would be on the phone and I would say, oh, am I gonna see you tomorrow? Or that's how the plans
Right.
would come about. So I said, okay, I'm not gonna suggest anything.
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, I haven't seen or heard from him since I stopped suggesting and planning.
Isn't that something?
Okay.
And again, so I am. Anybody listening knows I'm not interested in anybody where I got to make all the plans, all the suggestions, all the reservations, buying tickets. Nope. I think a part of what's fun for me is that you make my life a little easier. I don't need no more tasks or responsibilities. You know I like to eat. You know what I like to eat. You know what I drink. Like you know my interests. We have these conversations. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Send me a link to a reservation. Look, ask my availability now. Don't just go spring it up on Thursday at 7:00. I got a board meeting or something, but at least get my availability. Hey, you available Thursday for dinner? Let me say yes and send me a link, baby.
That's it. And I'm there. That's it.
Not what you feel like eating. Because food.
And you know what I like to eat. So pick anything in those categories.
And I prefer to be casual. And thank God for COVID, because COVID has made some places that used to require you to put some clothes on to not
a lot more casual.
Everything is a lot more casual.
Yeah.
So for me,
Okay.
And this ghosting thing, so I've never been ghosted in the era of ghosted. So one night stands in the era of maybe
right, that's different. That's different. We both ghosted each other at that point.
Right. But I did. I don't know. People watching. There was this. I got on a date with this guy. We talked for a couple of weeks or whatever, and he had a home in Atlanta and like Bowie or something. And he drove up to Baltimore for dinner, and we went to a really nice restaurant. $200 dinner, very good. So he was fun and charismatic and like all of the things on the phone and video and all that stuff. Cool. Right. He sprung on me at dinner that he was finishing divinity school, and he pastored. He was like the associate pastor of some church.
That never came up in conversation.
So you date mega pastors, ma'am. I do not.
I don't anymore either. Let's not confuse the people.
And the reason, so let me say I don't anymore.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
even. And
so
not that you want to lump them all in the group.
no, I do not.
Every doctor
There's a
isn't
level of
bad.
responsibility.
It's not. But the only thing that lumps you in the group of non-communication for me is when it doesn't work early. I'm never going back. I don't have to sit around and wait because I'm on right now. We're only doing basic things. So if you can't
Right.
handle basic, then the rest of the stuff, I know you're not gonna be able to handle.
So with this dude, so
Wait, what did you say?
he sprung on that on me. I don't think I said much of anything. I think I probably looked like a deer in headlights. So I was like, how the fuck you slide that on somebody? You're a damn pastor. And you slide it on me. Like, I'm not the person to say, by the way, I'm a preacher.
Right.
I just said 54 F words. Titties probably was all out. Like, I ain't
right.
So, and that wasn't the problem. I mean, that wasn't his problem with me.
Right.
I think he was older than I am, and he was probably about 60, and he wasn't social. He wasn't on the socials.
Okay.
And I went out on a date with him in February when I was doing my 30-day the 30-day self-care challenge. Like I was doing a 15-minute Facebook Live every single day in the month of February. Right. And I was out to dinner with him during the time of my check-in. Right. And I explained to him that before dinner that, I'm doing this thing. I'm going to step away for about 5 minutes. I wasn't going to do the whole 15 minutes, just checking with the folks, blah, blah, blah. And I was on a date. So it was relevant to my
life. Right.
So I had that thing, and then I took a picture of my my meal, right? And I think I saw him clutch his pearls. Yeah. And it's okay. So
but he's not on social media, so he doesn't even know that. That's
exactly. Right. So I took a picture of my meal, and then I had to go outside. And then when I went outside, there was somebody who recognized me, and while I was talking, the valets came and jumped in the live, and so it became a whole thing outside. Right. And he wasn't out there; he didn't know. So I probably out there for about 7 minutes, and I think Patrice, there's some people on the stream right now that were a part of that. So I go outside really quickly, and I come back to dinner, and he acts like unbothered or whatever, and the energy didn't change at all. But when I got home, I texted him or I called and said that I was home. And he said, "Okay, good night."
That's it. Just
it was like, okay, thanks for letting me know that. Good night. Like he had a rap for me. And then I think the next day, I noticed on whatever dating app we were on, his communication was there, so he blocked me.
First of all, I don't understand blocking. I don't.
If you tell me you ain't interested in me, you think I'm gonna call? You ain't gonna block me.
I'm not chasing you. It's okay.
Yeah, he blocked me. So I think that's my ghosting experience. I guess he ghosted me. He didn't know he was gonna get ghosted anyway. Reverend Dr. Feel Good. I got no time to be dating y'all past. Keep y'all past to yourself.
I think that there are certain careers that have to tell you up front, right? I think pastors, I think police officers, I think anybody where your job is kind of pulling you randomly or you could be on call.
We had lots of talks about career because I told you he has a home in Atlanta, he had a home in Maryland because he did some development, like real estate development. That's the stuff he told me about. But you gonna leave out that your development money came from the offering plate?
He said
he blocked you because he was scared you ruined his preacher image. Yup.
And she would have. So he did good.
Like, Pastor, you know that's that date them all, girl. Pastor, she date them all. A harlot.
Not your harlot, Jack.
I'm gonna share my harlot story real quickly. Okay. I was going to this church who shall remain nameless, and
Why do I already know what church you was at?
They paired us with these like prayer partners or some kind of prayer mentor. So that was really weird. So I had this older seasoned member who was my sister in Christ that was like guiding me. That's me. So Brandon, listen up.
Just call me Jesse. Just call me Jesse.
Brandon,
That's all.
you might love and appreciate this story. So I have this woman, and I took on the relationship as the pastor wanted us to. I would call this lady, and she was guiding me, through the unjezebelling.
Not the unjezebelling.
So there was an altar call, and he said, "Sit in the house."
Gotta get him out. Can't be here.
There was an altar call, and I went up to the altar. It was prayer. So, and this is one of them churches. What is it? What's TD Jakes? The Pentecost?
That's the powerhouse. I mean, that's the Potter's house.
No, I mean, what's the faith?
Oh, they're non-denominational.
And he was her leader or whatever. Her leader. And so during prayer, they would cover you up at the altar, and that your prayers, my prayer sister would get up under there with me, and Oshalabosha, all that stuff. She's speaking in tongues.
I knew what church she was at. Now I don't know what church you're talking about.
So she was up under there with me, and she's speaking in tongues, and I'm just praying and crying. I'm having a real moment with Jesus, right?
Right.
She's speaking in tongues under there with me, and she stopped speaking in tongues and said, "Because God does not want you to be a harlot."
See? Well, who said I was? Who said that was one of my struggles?
So when I tell you, I was under that thing going, this bitch just called me a hoe in church. So Brandon, no, I'm not dating your pastor.
No,
he said that's a church sleepover. Look, Tina, look at Brandon, look.
That's a church sleepover. I'm dead.
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. He said, loose her.
It was the harlots who led the children out of Israel to safety. Come on down here. Come on.
You got to talk about me and these kids in Baltimore.
Listen, how you was out there rescuing them and saving them and encouraging them and protecting them. Come on, harlot. All right.
I understand. I went to the church again. That lady called me a whore in church. Ma'am, keep your personal opinions about me to yourself.
Take this damn shit off me.
Right. She come up out speaking in tongues and call me a hoe in church. So I got real church hurt. Traumatized by it.
Y'all don't believe her. She a lie. She ain't got no damn church hurt, please.
None. Pay them folks no mind. They just like me and you. That's why I ain't dating them men. I didn't have my experience with them. Anyway, my week.
Okay.
So,
Daddy
see, Daddy sent an SOT. No, I'll never know. He blocked me. I've been having a great time with, we'll call him B.
Okay, right? I like it.
That's the first date. Remember the bar hopping. We're still rolling.
You still hopping, okay.
Ericka's gone almost 90 days with somebody.
I was gonna say it's been almost 3 months. Wait a minute, 3 months or two?
Two.
Almost 2 months. Yeah, two.
It was April.
Okay, give us the teases. Give us the update.
And he clearly, and we've already discovered this, he clearly watches the show.
Okay.
So
I like that.
My biggest thing is like, and we talk about intention, and intention and attention. I'm busy, so I don't require a lot, but I really do require. I love to feel the intent behind the stuff that you're doing. So we got the big beautiful flowers on Mother's Day. Where then they go ahead and do some Google searches. I ain't gonna man my address, right? So and they were the most beautiful flowers I've ever received. And we have so much fun together. We have so much fun. Like my cheeks literally hurt. Like after I leave, like we laugh and we have so much fun.
Right.
And we don't do anything all extravagant. We're good. Like wherever we go,
right.
So that's been great. The latest thing, I'm sure that there was something else in the past 2 weeks, but yesterday in particular, I was at a friend's house one day last week, and one of the girls there had this little hookah pen, and it was mango pineapple, and it was really smooth, and I liked it a lot. I was like, oh my god, this is really nice. Cause I got one of those $100 fancy ones that got to be charged up and all that stuff. But she was like, oh, I got this from the gas station. I was like, gas station? Yeah, they're only like $15. I was like, wow. And I was with him later, and I said to him, the same way I just told you. I said, her daughter came in and she had this hookah thing. It was really smooth. It's mango pineapple, blah blah blah. Apparently they sell them at gas stations. I've never seen them. And so yesterday we were going to go watch the fight. We were going to that same person's house. So I was going to him, and then he and I were going to their house to watch the fight. And on my way to him, I called the girl and I said, hey, are you out and about? And she's like, I'm just about to pull up to the house. What's up? I said, oh, I wanted you to pick me up one of those hookah things, and I would give you the money when I get there. She goes, oh man, no, I just pulled up. I said, no worries, I'll get another. Right. So I'm picking him up, not because he ain't got no car.
Right, because he's been doing all the driving up until this point. Right.
Pick him up because it's a warm summer day and I got my top down. Right. So I pick him up, and he gets in the car, puts his seatbelt on, and hands me the hookah thing. Now, man, I didn't say that man handed me a Rolex watch. He didn't hand me a 5-star meal. I mentioned to him in a conversation.
See, he's a good listener. Because he's being intentional, so he wants to listen.
Yeah, my man. Wow, he listens attentively. Good. Absolutely. So I was like this when he handed it to me, right?
Oh, thank you so much.
Right? People see you, meet you, follow you, and think it takes the moon and the stars to be grabbed out of the... Nope. When I said to him, I said, you would not believe, on my way to you, I called trying to get one, and I couldn't get it. He says, I got you. Right? Tiny. So that's the kind of stuff he does. And when I tell you, I married Edward, that is why I married Edward. Edward has been the most attentive man I've ever met in my life. I told you once, I hugged a woman, and I was like, oh my God, your perfume smells great. And I said, well, what is it? And she goes, I don't even remember. But when I get home, I'll tell you what it was. And that never happened. But for Valentine's Day, like 6 months later, Edward got me the perfume because he contacted her and said, hey, Ericka liked that perfume you had on. Right? So that kind of intention. So, man, why y'all out here doing simple, dumbass shit, magic tricks and backhand flips? All you got to do is listen.
That we don't even care about. We don't even care about.
I got a little $15 hookah thing. And I just told you, I got $100 one of my own. But it's always needs to be charged. And, nope.
Right.
So we have been, I see him probably 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay.
Which is a lot.
That is a lot for you.
What? I don't see people listening. I don't see nobody like that.
It's usually once and twice if you have time, but once, 2 or 3.
Every other weekend. When I was dating a dude in Philly, I would see him every weekend.
Yeah, I did every weekend.
Yeah, but not midweek. I don't do it. I'm busy. I have stuff to do. But he conveniently lives in between Baltimore and my house. FYI, cigars don't need charge. I'm about to mention that. That's so funny. Brandon brings that up because the last.
I'm not a hookah girl.
The last 3 dudes that I've dated, including Mr. 7 Days, all smoke cigars, right? All smoke cigars. It was never any interest of mine. Do you know I go to cigar lounge with him and I smoke cigars with him? And so much so, I didn't tell you. That was the other thing that he did. He had, I like a sweet cigar. So he's got the humidor and all the stuff, and he'll cut his cigar light. And he cuts.
I definitely am a cigar woman.
So he cuts a cigar for me, And so you're gonna love this story about him and his intention. I took the wrapper for the cigar that he gave me the last time because it was really good. It was delicioso. It was so good. And he only had one. He was like, we got to remember what this is so we can get it again.
Right.
And so one day last week he calls and he says, babe, what was the name of that cigar that the wrapper you took? I said, oh, it's delicioso. And apparently he had me on speaker at a cigar place. And I could hear the person, the owner of this place say, oh, we don't have those. He said, but we have something. And he said the name of it.
Right.
So he goes, okay, I'll give you a call back. Right? And he hangs up. But I hear what the man says. So I Google, is blah, blah, blah a sweet cigar? I don't even remember what. And it said, yes, very sweet. And they had all these flavors. And I call him back. And I said, well, apparently whatever that cigar that he said is sweet. We can try that. And so the owner says, what flavor do you want? And I said, oh, I didn't do that much research. I saw there were many flavors, but I didn't decide which one. He said, give her one of each. So the next time I see him, he's got this whole case of just all of these cigars just for me. Right? Listening and intention. I'm telling you, no big ticket items, but big ticket items. Yeah. You gotta smoke Nub Cafe. Say, oh, thank you.
Write it down. I got you. I'm taking a picture. He is a cigar connoisseur. He won't steer you wrong in that lane.
I got it. Thank you. Take my word. I'm on it. So when this call is over, I'll send that picture to him and I'll tell you all about it next week.
Right. We're definitely gonna go get it.
Oh, what else? My air is off. I'm hot. Another thing that we did this week, on last Saturday, he his daughter lives in Virginia and it was her prom send-off, right? Okay. And y'all ain't gonna believe this. Y'all ain't gonna believe what Ericka Austin Buck did, because I don't even believe I did this shit. His daughter's prom send-off was in Virginia, and on the same Saturday, I had a bridal shower and I had someone's birthday party, and both events were themed. Black folks, stop it!
With the themes. I don't like themes either. They're corny to me.
So with the bridal shower, both of them I understood, but I think it was a stopper for me because I had two different themed events in the same day, and I live an hour away from Baltimore, right? So the bridal shower was passed out. No, it wasn't. She said we're bright shades of orange, yellow, pink, or green. And once her pictures came out, I know why she asked for that. It was beautiful. The pictures were beautiful. But I left a bright pink party to go to a black and white party. So I left the pink party, went to my daughter's house, changed to a black and white outfit to downtown Baltimore, another party. And originally he was going to go to the black and white party with me. He had the prom send off in Virginia. He said, well, what time are you going to get to the party? I'll do the prom send off. I'll drive to Virginia. I'll drive back to Maryland. I'll go to the party with you. I said, oh, don't do it.
Yeah.
Anything can happen in Virginia, and I don't want you shorting your kid,
Right.
So we were okay with him not going to the party, but he said to me, well, why don't you drive down? I'll get a hotel, and you drive down to Virginia. And, when I dated Mr. Philadelphia, he drove to my house, picked me up, and drove me
back to Philadelphia.
I don't drive nowhere. When I'm on these dating apps and stuff, I don't date people in DC or Virginia. It's too far to drive. I'm not doing it. So they said, well, why don't you drive down to Virginia? I was like, okay.
That's because you like him.
Then I'm at the party and I said, I'm gonna, give him the gift. I'll be in and out. Send me the address. So he sends me the address, and it's Hampton. 3.5 hours.
It's Hampton, Virginia, not like Richmond, not like Alexandria, Arlington.
He sends me the address. I'm sitting at the party, and I put it in GPS just to see. And I'm thinking it's going to say 1:45, 1:15. It said 3.5 hours. And I was like, oh, hell no.
Well, look, I gotta go now. If I don't get on time, right.
So I said to him, I'm texting, oh, absolutely not. I can't do 3.5 hours. I ain't doing it. And okay, if you don't want to, it's okay. And I'm sitting there, but we had all week, we're talking about after this party, I'm coming to Virginia.
Right.
I'm sitting there going, bitch, you ain't gonna die. Drive.
You're right. Let me go ahead and go.
I drove 3.5 hours at midnight. I got done at 3 o'clock in the morning. And he had my favorite wine and everything. It was so nice. Then we decide, and we went to sleep. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Next morning, and all I got was a hot pink outfit. Oh no, I packed a change of clothes, but I didn't pack a shirt. So we go in. I said, I just need to buy a t-shirt, and it was 1,000 degrees last weekend too. And we go to Target, and any other time I'm in Target, I need everything in there. I get to the register, it's $427. That's my magic number.
Yeah, that's definitely a Target too. Came here to get some washcloths and left out here and then redecorated the whole dining room. Right.
And so he buys everything at the register at Target. Thank you. Again, guys, tiny things. We ain't doing no shopping spree at Tyson's, right? We're in Target, and you just pick up. Then we need to go to the gas station, fill up my car, and apparently Virginia's experiencing a shortage on premium fuel. He drives a BMW. I got a Mercedes. We driving all around trying to get gas. And he finally finds a gas station, and I pull into the thing. He pulls over. Before I could touch my door, he is out of his car, at my car, pumping my gas. His card. Fellas, we good.
Do you know one time I went on a date with the guy? I drove to Savannah, which is a couple hours from me, and great trip. You know, he planned it, paid for everything, got a great time. And when it was time to go, I'm just knowing he's about to say, okay, let me follow you to the gas station, but he doesn't say anything. So I say, oh, I need to stop and get gas before I get on the road. And so, you know, we get out, we go to the gas station, and I'm waiting. And I said, are you going to fill my tank?
You drove to Savannah for him?
No, well, he drove from Florida. That was like our halfway meeting point.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care. And he ended up getting the gas, but like either that night when we got home and talked to the next day, he said, hey, I got to tell you, I was a little shocked that you asked me to fill your gas tank up. I said, really? Why? And he was like, well, you know, I had paid for the whole trip. I thought you could at least cover your gas. Never talk to him again. I'm not raising nobody else's son. My son will get my gas for me.
Right. Yeah.
So my own son.
Even locally, like if we're riding in my car,
yes,
we have to stop to get gas. He will get out of my car and
of course
get my gas.
Any gentleman would.
It's a gentleman thing to do.
I thought it was normal. And so he was like, no, that's not normal. So I did a little survey, like I was texting like am I tripping? Because I thought this was every guy who knows me was like, yeah, no, like
no. So here's the kicker now. So we leave Hampton, where his daughter lives in Virginia, but so does his brother, and his brother was in Newport News.
Janae, is he from Virginia?
Some of his family is. I think those two migrated back.
Okay.
So he's got a brother there and a sister there. He took me to meet them both.
So soon. So how did you feel about that? Were you like?
I was very comfortable. We were good.
Okay, good.
It was really good. And I already met his son. And so his adult son works with him. And I met him. So things are going good. So much so, there's no one else on the roster.
Are you back off?
I'm off the market.
Baby, when I tell you, honey, you like to spring that on me. I don't never get no advance notice. So right now you're not dating them all. You're dating him.
It's date them all, sis. May the best man win.
The best
So,
right now is winning.
Got down to it was him and the dude that bought the perfume on the first day. Somebody said Ericka's off the market for right now.
Right now. It's
That's
all
all I
got right now. That's all we got.
But you keep doing what you smoke. There's no reason for me to stay off the market if I'm not, if my needs aren't being met, if my expectations are.
Don't confuse her with me. I'm on the market. Let's just make sure we have
that. Let's clear that up. Ericka's off the market. Tina is on the market.
That's her. This is me. I'm on the market.
Okay. Yeah, so everybody else, there were 3 people, right?
Right. And they were all new. All of these girls were new at the same time. Yeah.
What about Jazz Festival? Ain't he in the running? Brandon. So listen to this grown man shit right here.
Right, dear, if you dare. Yes, come on. I'm taking all.
Jazz Festival. I'm still going to Jazz Festival with this person, and B knows it. So B said, "Don't make me have to fuck homeboy up."
I love it because that was already planned.
It was already planned.
Absolutely. Grown man. I love it.
He called me yesterday and was like, "Are we still on for Jazz Festival next weekend?" We sure are. Yeah. We're going to go to the after party. We're going to do all that. Yeah. Because he's not available.
You're not doing are you doing the hotel?
Nope. And he asked me. Yeah. He said, did you book the hotel? I said, I did not. No need, buddy.
I got a whole man I can go stay with.
Talk about that too, Brandon. Thank you for bringing him up because that person could have probably got the hotel deal. However, with the Ericka Alston Buck hotel package was available. But I don't pursue, ladies.
No, I don't either.
I don't hunt. I don't chase. And if you knew that a hotel package was available to you next weekend, you should have been doing some things leading up to that hotel package and did not. So much so, he called me yesterday and asked, are we still on for the Jazz Festival? I said, absolutely. He said, did you book the room? No, I did not. He said, oh. I said, why would I? Give me one reason why, since you bought those tickets and our communication, our interactions up until today, what warranted a hotel?
Nothing.
Well, I've called you several times and you've talked about nothing.
Right.
I said, I've called you back several times. I said, I make it a point to engage with you every day. And it's ain't been no hotel engagement.
Right. You're on Jazz Festival lawn chair, sir. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Don't assume, gentlemen. Absolutely. It's so funny that my name is up there on that comment. I ain't say that, but I did. Yeah. So, you know what, Tina? That goes back to it's women out here just giving away the goodies. Just making plans.
So I have decided, Brandon and I had this conversation. He's going to chime in, I know, and say something very smart and sarcastic. I have decided on celibacy for a little while. Yeah, I'm good.
Really?
I'm good.
Transparent, authentic. What did it?
I feel like when I date guys, and I have
great. Said no, she ain't.
Let's say something smart. I love sex. I do, but for me, it's like I'm tired. I no longer like that feeling of, it was good for 90 days and now that's gone, and then I'm over here for another 90 days because it didn't add anything. And probably what's brought it on because sex hasn't been good.
That'll do it.
That's probably what it hasn't. Oh, it hasn't been horrible, but these last couple of years, I can't name one.
I tell you,
is it good? Is it backbreaking good? Is it?
A bitch drove 3.5 hours.
Oh yeah. Now I know why you drove 3.5 hours. Look, tell myself, all right, I'll be on my way. Let me get my stuff together. Oh, you said 3 hours? That's not long.
Look. Brandon said you went to church and got Jesus for that celibacy movement.
Yeah, that ain't happened. That ain't.
The pastor needed 100 harlots to stand up and claim celibacy for what? How long?
It's good that you asked me that question because I had to think, and really what it is it's probably because sex has been.
And that's something?
And that has been trash, but it's nothing memorable.
Right, it's not adding anything to your life.
Nothing.
Meanwhile, I'm at work thinking like, every time I think about it, I'm like, whoa. That's why I drove, baby. That's why I drove.
You drove, right?
Yes, I would have walked the Hampton Roads.
Maybe I'll catch an Uber to you, stand by up on the way.
Brandon said till the wind blows right. Okay, Brandon, I'm on your side. Right. All right, y'all heard it here first. Tina is celibate.
I'm good. Because this is the thing you know
just like
about.
she say, Ericka off the mark, not me. Tina's celibate, not me.
But for me, I love sex. Like I love sex.
I'm like, what?
That's like so when you see
celibacy include masturbation?
No.
Oh, look.
Tina. Stop it. No, it doesn't include it.
Because sex be because you're so good at pleasing yourself.
No, that's not it at all.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I'm talking about women in the bad sizes, don't last long, uncreative. It just hasn't been good. Has nothing to do because it's not even not gonna climax or anything. No, I'm just bored. It's
okay. I ain't. When I tell you, I'm pretty fit.
He said, "See, she ain't in it all the way." Yeah, I'm one of them part-time Christians, you know.
Right. I'm celibate, but I got this rose.
But I got a few other things too. Okay, y'all mind your business.
Okay.
Mind your business. Mind the business that pays you, and that ain't mine.
Brandon, she ain't celibate.
Listen. It's a time
about Jesse Jackson.
Wait. So we have wait. So we have nicknames for the guys that I date.
Not Jesse Jackson. What this nigga? He spoke in rhymes.
No. Brandon text me the name because I can't remember which one is Jesse Jackson.
Says Brandon, you gotta be specific around here.
Wait, he just texted me. We just had another mass shooting in Oklahoma. Oh my God. Oh baby, yes.
That's Jesse Jackson. They ain't know who Jesse is. Is Jesse new?
No. This is old. Okay. It was bad from the first time. Lasted maybe 6 minutes. I mean, maybe 6 minutes.
And he thought he killed it.
Yeah, he told me that you didn't tell me you was working with that fire.
Oh, I remember. I know Justin Jackson. Working with that. Tell me you was working with the fire, because that's what I tell you when I meet you. You know, I'm working with this fire.
Trash, but he was fun. Laugh, always had a good time. Like kept me laughing. Great meals, you know. I went back one more time. That lasted.
You went back after the 6 minutes? Yeah. Sometimes I do that. I've done that. I don't do that. I've been known to do that in the past. Give you a second chance.
It had been a while.
Yes.
But he said he had been. He was a little older guy. Not old.
Okay. The dick was wet. Did he have a head game?
The first time, I don't even think we really got to that.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it was like, okay, so we're still laughing and joking, and we live like a little over an hour away from each other, so you know, there wasn't like we were seeing each other every day. And so I have an open conversation, you know, about it, like, hey, I just want to kind of run something by you, when we were together.
John Douglas likes your braids.
Oh,
John Douglas is also single.
Hi, John. Well, it was like, okay, we did a little thing, and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, it had been a minute, and then I was like, okay, but he said hi. Hi,
I like John a lot. When I was in the yeah, I had like 2 tickets to something, and I called John and said, hey, you want to go to? I like John. John's single.
And I'm single. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. She's celibate, though. You ain't gonna get it.
And after you hear the story, you might not wave no more.
But she working with that fire.
What's a good job of working with that fire there? Well, so I said, if he's talking, it had been a minute ago there. So we're having a ball with everything else is like on 10. Maybe 2 weeks later, back for the second thing. That lasts about 10 minutes.
How? This is a grown ass man.
And so
my God, Brandon told John to pray about it. Tina got that yogi fire.
Wait, Brandon knows this story. So he says to me, he said, yeah, one time before, I knew this girl who practiced a lot of yoga, and she said, y'all are really hard to please in bed. And I was like, I've never heard that before. I know that we have a few little extra tricks that the other average women don't, but anyway, so I kind of brushed it off. Then there was a third time, and that was the last time.
John go to church, Tina.
Church service was fire today, since we're talking about fire.
Okay,
Maybe we can talk about church after this call. I want to hear what thus said the Lord too.
Not thus said the Lord.
Yes, I want to hear about it. I love him too. So needless to say, that for me, sex is important.
6 minutes, then you got 10 minutes. And then he got some research on yogis.
Mm-hmm. And so with the third time, he was like, you gave him
a third chance? Tina, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the red flag.
Job, pray harder, sir. I could not. Brandon, shut up and mind your business. Wrong for 5 minutes.
Now look. DM Tina ASAP.
Listen, follow me. It's down there. Down there. I'm not hard to locate. But anyway, I'm saying that to say sex is important for me. So I'm not
understand why this man got a third go.
Ericka, I'm telling you, we are having a ball with everything else is on 10. Everything else is on 10. And so I finally said to him, like, we could probably still like hang out, but we would have to take this part off the table. I can't keep getting.
Hang out. You can't give me this 6 minute D ever.
Because every time I go home, then I have to go home and take care of myself. So it's really no point. No.
When I tell you, that's what I was about to say. I'm agile. I'm flexible. I'm fiery. I got that fire.
Listen, look what Brandon said. She's such a forgiving person. I try to be nice.
When I tell you, Tina, after B, it took me 2 whole days to recuperate. I'm like sleep for 2 days.
God, I see what you're doing for others. Do it for me. Do it for me, God. Don't keep passing me by.
God, he in the neighborhood.
God, I'm right here. Your humble servant. I'm right here.
Touch and agree, Tina. Touch and agree.
Come on, Holy Ghost. Come on, Holy Ghost. Look, Andrea said, call on him. I had to call on him.
This is why I couldn't be that man first lady. Come through Hampton Roads.
The road is laying it down. I ain't mad at him.
Literally. We good. He's 52 years old. His birthday the day. Look, his birthday the day before Valentine's Day, and my birthday the day after Christmas. We got some fucked up holidays.
Those are nice though. That's nice. I like that. I like that. Yeah, those are fun days.
All is good. Wait, Regina here. Hey, Regina Clay. So while we talk about pastors.
Don't do her. Don't you bet not. Don't you do her. Not on this good live on this Sunday night. Oh, ma'am.
They're going to single female pastor, fellas.
I better get in here. Come on in here and get her.
She got that fire.
She working with that fire, fellas. Come on, get her.
Hey, Juliet, my love. Hello, loves. Hello, Juliet.
Hello, Regina.
Oh my gosh.
So I was saying all that to say I would never be a girl who would say anything with bad sex. It's a part of my list.
Absolutely no reason to be in a relationship with bad sex. None.
No reason. And I'm not willing to teach. I'm too. We can learn. We can learn each other's bodies and create those sort of things, but. No. Look, Regina said she got fire shut up in her mouth. I just come to the Lord. I'm not playing with him because I put real request. I can't have God thinking I'm not serious. God, that's them. That's not me. That's
so Regina, you missed it. Tina is now celibate. Not me. Not me.
Let's not get the lines blurred. Don't blur the lines.
I'm getting up for both of us.
Hampton Rose is riding it through, baby. I salute you. I salute you. Keep her happy, baby. Keep her happy. We love to see it.
We good over here. Regina, you can't be coming on here all late, Regina. We started this at 8:30. Here you go. We're fine. Shut up in your bone.
We got 2 minutes.
Oh, it's 2 minutes left.
So how do we wrap up? With Regina,
I got the fire extinguisher. Ladies and gentlemen listening, we need you to give us some topics. What do you need to hear about? Look, Andrea's clapping. You need me to ask this question? Oh, our producer, she works so hard and we don't do shit. You tell us to do things, we just don't do it. We need to know what topics you'd like to discuss. We are 2 single women. One is celibate, one is not. One is off the market, one is not.
Right.
So if there are topics that you'd like to discuss, underneath each of our names is where you can follow us. DM us, send an inbox message. Tell us what you like to talk about. It can be as personal or as broad as you'd like. I know this past week somebody talked about ghosting. We did touch on that today. We are going to talk about online dating and your profiles. We really have to do that show. Maybe we'll do that next week.
Just FYI, I will let you know I started mine yesterday.
You started it. Okay. We are going to talk about online dating next week. Andrea, you got it? Mm-hmm. Online dating, the importance of your profile and your pictures. We can't be using all those filters. We can't be using all angles. If you're a BBW, be proud of being a BBW because there's a whole bunch of people out there that the only thing that want to bone is a dog. It is some men that's looking for some pushing, the cushion for the pushing. So stop not being all of yourself. We'll talk about that next week. Our online profiles, online dating, and how to get what it is that you're looking for out of this online dating world.
Have a great week, guys. Enjoy your day off tomorrow. Got an extra
Happy Memorial Day. We will see you next Sunday at 8:30. Day of all, sis.